Rob, thanks for sitting down with me today. Great to see you.
Hey, Shawn, thanks for the time. Excited to visit with you.
So we get to sit down today with Rob McClelland, who is the president of Meristem. And Rob, you've had an exciting year. I mean, we've all had an exciting year. You've had an especially exciting year.
You know, Shawn, we have, as we've maybe visited a little bit before, Meristem is a direct-to-farm business organization here in North America. We're really helping farmers kind of find products where they're manufactured, deliver them once, and create some real productivity gain. And in this environment, our model's been very well received, and really happy to serve the farmers that have joined with us.
And you've got an exciting new program that you recently launched, Rob. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, we're trying to find common sense innovations through real productivity gain. And what I'm trying to say by that is, how can we help farmers in local independent seed sellers, retailers, kind of break down some of the marketing programs that reduce their choice, reduce their opportunity to make money locally. And one of those things has been kind of separating and bringing transparency to seed treatment and soybean, especially, and understanding, you know, let's break apart and let's talk about varieties, germplasm, traits, and treatment as three different value propositions, and what parts of those are really happening. So we talked to all our seed friends. We grew up in the seed business, a lot of us in the company. And we thought, you know, what are the reasons? We asked a lot of farmers, and there's 26 farmers this week, believe it or not, so far. And what we're hearing is, you know, we do want the replant protections. We want convenience. We do value some of the patented products out here, but we really need to reduce cost of production. But we still want the ability to have replant protections. So in this development in bringing value to the U.S. soybean farmer and trying to take $5 to $10 of cost out, we have basically found a way to use reinsurance, Shawn. We worked with Don Prizer at Precision Risk, a really amazing guy, and his team. And at the corporate level, we have purchased a reinsurance program that allows us to then offer to the independent dealer, farmer, seller in the country a marketing program which allows them to then maybe shift around and price and think differently, and have the protection of essentially a full replant coverage on the soybean seed, as well as the treatment through our program.
And I'm guessing out of the 26 farmers that you talked to this week, there's some significant interest in that concept.
There are. You know, Shawn, it's math. We just, you know, there's 4, 5, 6 after patent. You know, 90% of what the farmers I talked to this week use on their farms after patent technology. They see new technology coming into the seed treatment in furrow space. Some really fun, new, exciting biologicals and gene-edited things coming in. And I think right now, as they look at the parity, their price position, understanding the transparency of other direct-to-farm companies like Meristem are bringing to the table, they're starting to ask questions, Shawn, like, okay, wait a minute. These 4 products that are 90% of all seed treatments, maybe they're not worth quite so much money. Maybe I should have some freedom to bring in new companies that aren't the traditional big multinationals that might have some technology I don't want to be held out of because of a marketing program.
Right.
So they're looking at Proven, they're looking at new technologies, they're looking at a lot of the new technologies that need to be on or near the seed. The planter pass is going to be where all the action is. And I think the really forward-thinking farm business is saying, wait a minute, I need to have control of this. I do want some protections. I'm not going to let replant stop what I do in the business. And yeah, it's been extremely well received.
So I think we all know that seed treatment going on to soybean seed gives it an enhancement. We could debate for probably days exactly how much of an enhancement it brings, but it is from significant to spectacular is what is going to come with the seed treatment being added. What in your estimation, what percentage of soybean going in the ground this year is going to have a seed treatment on it?
Well, I don't know that I have hard data, but anecdotally, I would, if there's going to be, we had such a nice rally in soybeans here in the U.S. In the latter part of I guess the biggest move in hit since 1975 in season, which has been lovely for everybody. I think that we all feel good about that. I think, let's just say there's 80 million acres of soybeans. I would have to believe that 55 to 60 million of those acres would be treated with something, whether it's at least a fungicide for the damping off diseases and perhaps an insecticide and an inoculant, the full treatment. I think as farmers start to plant soybeans at lower populations earlier, we'll see that number grow. And as we see some really exciting biologicals get more characterized and stable, I think we'll see that grow as well.
I think it would be safe to say that most people that are putting seed treatment on their beans are buying it with the treatment on.
They are.
And I think one of the things I've heard you talking about is that there is a significant savings available if they're able to buy the naked beans and then apply their treatment. Can you talk to me about why you think there's a savings in there?
Sure. The naked, it's first by understanding the different price components of the soybean. I get it. Farmers are busy. They need convenience. Labor is a major challenge, perhaps the biggest challenge. We'll leave that for another discussion. But as they look at ways to get things done with less energy and less resource, any convenience they can bring to the farm is attractive, including treating the soybean. So yeah, I think what we're seeing now is farmers are rallying cries: demand your soybeans naked. Demand when you ask for that seed purchase. And I think a lot of independent seed companies are loving this because it allows them, and independent seed dealers, it allows them to bring their agronomic expertise into their local environment versus this is the deal. And we're going to go with this program and this is how it's going to be. And I think the biggest winner in this could be seed dealers themselves that have the ability to, hey, let's really customize something that works for my local environment with the disease pressure we have here and not be channeled into only one discussion. So the naked soybean is first, now I know, okay, this is what I'm paying for germplasm. This is what we're going to need to be paying for a trait system that allows me to maybe control resistant weeds. And now, okay, what am I really paying per unit, per acre for seed treatment? When that transparency happens, and then you look at the after patent value creation of the chemistries that are on most of the seed treatments, they just don't command. We have a value capture issue. Right. So once you have the transparency, you can go from maybe an $18 treatment very quickly to 10 and use that other $8 maybe for some of the great patented technology that's out there for sudden death or something else. And we're finding if people will go through that process, Shawn, it's very, very easy to get $5 to $8 an acre back to the farm, which is folding money where I came from in Fredericktown, Ohio. That's still a lot of money. And it adds up, obviously, over 50 million acres times 5 is $250 million.
Right.
I think the other thing that's happening is the advent of the portable seed treater. Right. There's some really awesome new portable seed treaters. There's several. We like a couple. The box to box are very gentle for the corn overseed market that's emerging. So as farmers can have their own seed treater or a independent seed dealer that wants to take the treater to the farm, now all of a sudden all kinds of choices come in, and that transparency and the ability to, you might end up at the same amount of dollars per seed treatment, but you're going to pay less for I'm going to call it the after patent piece.
Right.
And I'm going to maybe pay a little bit more for another an azospirillum or a Pruven or another one of the biologicals that you want to looking at on your farm. So it allows you either to save that money or reallocate it to technology that actually is new.
Right. It sounds like this week you've talked to a lot of farmers. I was told that you spent a large percentage of time this summer actually spending time with farmers. Can you talk to me a little bit? What were some of the key learnings, some of those key takeaways you heard when you were out talking to folks?
Well, the U.S. farm business is the ultimate entrepreneur. Arguably the greatest production system ever created in food here in the U.S. It gives us our national security. It gives us so much. My business partner and I, Mitch Eviston, and many of our board of advisors and our team, we went out. We're an up and coming company. We have about 540 farm customers, and we spent time with 300 of them. And one of the biggest learnings is just how important it is for operational convenience and efficiency. A little off topic maybe, but just how operationally sound these large scale family organized businesses have to be in that 7-day period to plant the crop. I mean, just the operational capacity and the logistics that all have to be brought together with the science and the agronomy in 1 7-9 day window. I think most of the big operators talk about we need to plant the entire crop in 7 to 9 days. So that's a big takeaway. And then that labor to be able to do it and run maybe a planter for every 5,000 acres and how are they set up? I think also from a Midwest narrative, I think we're seeing soybeans being planted earlier and earlier and earlier, Shawn, and at lower and lower populations. And I talked to many farmers that had record soybean yields this year for their own farms. And I had a farmer in Northwest Ohio, Joe Schaefer, talked to me about in all his years of farming, this was the best soybean crop overall that he'd put away. And many stories of that nature. And I think, so you combine the seed treatment conversation with operation, logistics, and the need to go fast, and the ability to get that soybean crop, which, as we know, is a photo period sensitive crop. You can get that in, have a quality treatment on it, protect that root zone, protect it, get it out of the ground, allowing you then to get that corn crop in, which is a little more unforgiving throughout the whole season.
Right.
So I think that's labor, operational efficiency, the need for convenience, and the need to shift operations to make sure that we can manage all the risks of Mother Nature.
Good stuff.
Love it. All of it. Yeah.
I bet you had some interesting conversations this summer.
I did. COVID out in farm country, it was fun to be out there. It wasn't quite as top of mind.
Right.
Obviously, though, concerns. I don't think many people saw the rally we had in the late fall. I think a lot of great farmers that follow a rigorous marketing plan followed their plan, sold a lot of the crop at $8.50. But that's anomalous, I guess. But no, great conversations, great people trying to innovate their own way. And we're saying common sense innovation, connecting dots. So let's use reinsurance, which can be accrued across an entire population. Turn that into a way for a farmer to get a $20 payment for the other half of a soybean crop, a replant situation. Now the fear of, well, if I don't use this program, I won't get replant is gone. Right. Portable seed treaters come in. Now I can, I can do this myself, or I can pay for this in 1 year. Right. It's been a lot of fun.
Awesome. And so soybeans, treatment on soybeans, it's a competitive place to play, Rob. Why, in your opinion, should Meristem be top of mind for the dealer, the retailer, and then on to the farmer?
We're committed to having the most efficient supply chain. I think we ask ourselves every day, how, as economists, are we creating real productivity gain? Is creating another way to take an order actually material. So we're kind of leaving the marketplace to other folks, and I think the reason we want to earn the business is we do want to have the most efficient price for the product you're getting. So if we can take a product from where it's made, be the most efficient at formulating, have the absolute lowest overhead position in the market as a national player, and bring that through efficiencies of supply chain from where it's made or formulated directly to the farm. We can cut out the distribution stop and the public warehouse. That's real productivity gain that we can pass back to the farm business. And that's why we would like to earn the business, and we'll be extremely transparent of exactly what's in it. It's really interesting. Sometime if you're bored to try to find actual analysis of actual labels of what's in products. I think there needs to be a lot of comparison of label to label, so folks can really find out what they're getting on an active ingredient per volume basis, because there's a huge variance. So the other thing that we'll bring to this is complete transparency of what's in that formulation and how it compares to market opportunities. So transparency, efficiency, and then the passing on of savings with the risk management profile that we've brought through our replant program.
Excellent. It's exciting stuff.
Thank you. I appreciate you so much, Shawn, talking with me and your viewers and all that you do for the industry.
My pleasure. Good to see you, sir. Hopefully you get another 26 in before the end of tomorrow, and good luck to you, sir. I appreciate your time.
Take care.